Hi everybody. Let's talk about chapter 3 in our textbook called Listening Effectively. How many of us can remember being told to listen? And yet, have we ever been taught to listen? That's a good question, isn't it? Because I know in my life, I have often been told to listen, but until I majored in speech communication, I never really learned how to listen. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss the differences between hearing and listening, and we are going to address why listening is so important to public speaking. Why don't we listen effectively? And let's assume we don't, but some of us do. Why are some of the reasons why you can imagine people struggle to listen intently and effectively? Well, I can think of many. For one, we are often multitasking. As I'm presenting this lesson on listening to you, what else are you doing? Are you scrolling through your phone? Are you watching another video? Are you texting with a friend? We live in a very distracted society, so we might be multitasking. Maybe we're bored. We don't listen very intently because we think this is boring. This is a lecture. I don't want to listen to a lecture, so we're bored. Maybe the speaker who's speaking to us has very poor listening skills, so we don't feel patient enough to listen effectively because we don't think they're a very good speaker. Maybe the room is too noisy. Maybe we don't feel well, and maybe we're just feeling upset. These are reasons why we don't listen well. It could be because there is physical noise. I do have a fan going. Today it's going to be about 100 degrees outside, and that is making a little bit of a noise, and I thought about that when I was recording this video. But it's not too loud. I know you can hear me. Maybe we have psychological noise. Oh gee, did I shut off the iron? Or did I forget to return an email? That's very important. That's psychological noise that can prevent us from listening effectively. And then there could be physiological noise. Maybe we don't feel very well. Maybe we do have an issue with our ears. Maybe we have ringing in the ears. Lots of things can happen that make us physiologically unable to listen well. The truth is, listening is necessary to become an effective speaker and an effective audience member because we want to be able to address the needs of our audience as effectively as possible. And by cultivating our listening skills, we can zero in on what that audience needs and be, quite frankly, a much better speaker. So that's really important. So we can think about the environment, the cultural differences, psychological problems, bias, anxiety that prevent us from listening. And we should also remember that not all listening is created equal. As a public speaker, we will see that there are different types of listening. When we speak to inform, we want our audience members to grasp and understand information. When we speak to persuade, we want our audience to respond emotionally and be convinced of an argument that we are going to make. And so, what can we do to listen more effectively? Well, one of the things we can do is we can tune out distractions. And what that means is find a place where you can think and write and speak quietly and in a good zone of privacy. That's really important. And students today don't realize just how important having that zone of quiet and privacy is. So I would encourage you to find a place in your home where you can work in a Zen state almost, in a flow state, in a place where no one is bothering you, that you know no one will distract you or walk in on you. Very important. Understanding the role that effective listening plays is important in order to recognize the role of listening both as a good speaker and as a good audience member. So read carefully the chapter on listening and remember that good speaking always begins with effective listening. Thank you.